Why you think it's possible that it came from some other intelligent civilization.
Right. So I'm a scientist, and I basically follow the evidence, just like Sherlock Holmes, trying to find solutions. It's a detective story. You have some anomalies, some things that don't quite match what you expected, and you're trying to find an explanation.
The most distant human-made object in the universe is sending usable information to Earth again after months of spouting gibberish. We still can't find the source of the mysterious signal we've been receiving since 2018. We receive it every 22 minutes and nothing can explain this. Some scientists even believe it could be coming from another civilization we haven't met yet. Voyager 1 just sent back a message decoded by the brand new Majorana 1 quantum chip, and the result is more shocking than anyone ever imagined. After drifting through space for almost 50 years, something strange started changing Voyager signals. Scientists tried everything normal to fix it, but nothing worked until they used this special chip. Let us tune in closer because hidden deep in the numbers is something even scarier, proof that Voyager is not alone out there. Did Voyager 1 just speak back? The scrambled signals didn't stop. In fact, they got more regular and way more confusing. After trying all the usual tricks, the team turned to a completely new kind of chip, not the kind found in phones or laptops. This one was different. It looks at data in a way that normal computers just can't. When they ran Voyager's messy signal through this chip, something changed. It started responding as if it had been waiting for someone to finally understand. What first looked like noise turned into shapes, not just any shapes. These were repeating patterns, spirals, lines, grids, all made out of numbers. Not chance. Not error. It looked like a code, a design, something that had purpose. Inside the signal, the chip pulled out long chains of numbers, prime numbers, sequences that match math rules, ratios that stay the same no matter what you multiply. Stuff that Voyager 1 was never told to send. Some of the numbers were very close to physical constants known to science, but not exact. They were a little different, not by mistake. They followed a pattern of their own. Voyager 1 isn't smart enough to make signals like this. It doesn't have the power. It can send simple readings back to Earth, like temperature and position, but it doesn't know how to build spiral-shaped messages out of math. And yet, those were in the transmission. Some parts of the message looked familiar, like they were taken straight from that gold disc bolted to the side of Voyager, the one filled with sounds, pictures, math, and music. But these weren't exact copies. They were remixed, rearranged, like someone or something had received the disc, read it, and sent a reply in its own way. At first people thought it was a computer error, but the odds of the same pattern showing up in random noise are too small to ignore, 1 in a number so large it's hard to say out loud, less than 1 in 10 followed by 87 zeros. It did not happen by chance. The big question now is, where is the message really coming from? The signal still looks like it's coming from Voyager, same strength, same rhythm, but the contents are new, fresh, nothing like what came before. One idea is that something in space is taking Voyager's signal and adding to it, like a rider hopping onto a moving car, sending their own message back to Earth. Another idea is that the message was hidden in Voyager all along, a kind of secret program no one knew about, something that only turns on after crossing into deep space. After Voyager passed the border where the sun's power fades, the message began. That timing seems too perfect to be random. There is one more theory. Some scientists think Voyager may have run into something out there, not a rock or dust, but a system, a machine, something with a brain, and it figured out how to use Voyager to talk, not by building its own signal but by bending ours. There are arguments. Some people don't trust the new chip. They say it could be making mistakes, seeing patterns where none exist. But others point out the chip did not create the message, it only found what was already there. The data came from space. The chip just helped reveal it. To double-check, labs in different countries are looking at the same signal. They are using other computers, other ways to test, even trying backup methods to reach Voyager, making sure the message is not some echo or mix-up. These checks are still running, but the message stays the same. The spiral patterns are still there. The numbers still follow the same rules. Every new signal carries the same bones. Only small pieces change. That suggests something is learning, adjusting, not guessing. It remembers what it sent before, and it keeps building. People are starting to wonder what else we missed. If this message was buried in the signal for months, or maybe years, what about older missions? What about Galileo, Cassini, and Pioneer? Scientists have started to run that old data through the same chip, looking again with new eyes. This whole thing started right after Voyager 1 had a glitch, a real one. It stopped sending good data. NASA fixed it. But right after the fix, the signal changed. The new message showed up. That's too much of a match to ignore. The space agency hasn't said much about what this means. They released one short message calling it a complex signal that needs more study. But other groups are acting fast. In Europe, teams are putting more resources into deep space listening. In China, big dishes are now pointed at the stars, tracking the same transmission. Even Russia has asked for a group response. Inside the science world, there's a split. Some people want to wait, test again, be sure. Others say the math is already clear, that this is not a mistake. The patterns break every rule of random chance. If it walks like a message and acts like a message, then maybe it is a message. There are still big worries. The chip is very new. No one knows if it might build false patterns by accident. Its way of thinking is not like the old machines. It looks at all parts of the data at once. That can be helpful, but it also might hide traps. To deal with this, scientists set up a long checklist, 17 steps. Step by step, they're going through it all, from the way Voyager sends its signal to how it bounces through space. They built a full copy of the spacecraft system inside a computer, a digital twin. It helps them rule out errors. They check the timing, the strength, the signal shape. Nothing matches a known glitch. And the patterns don't line up with anything a broken machine would make. The patterns are too clean, too ordered. Even more strange, the message has parts that mirror the shapes of known physics constants. But they are not exact. They are close, but slightly different. And those changes form a pattern too, like they are saying, here is your math, and here is ours. All of this came from a machine built in the year 1977, a probe smaller than a car, powered by heat from slow-decaying metal. And now that same machine may be carrying the most detailed, strange, and planned signal we've ever seen, a signal full of spirals, ratios, and changes that follow no natural rule. The real question now is, who or what knows we're listening? Life, but not as we know it. Finding aliens with brains, that would be the biggest thing humans have ever done. Imagine for a second, some smart life out there in the dark, way ahead of us. Maybe 1,000,000 years more advanced. Maybe they have technology we could not even draw in a comic book. Sitting out there, quiet, watching, waiting. Even just finding tiny life-like germs would already be huge, because that would mean life did not just happen once. It could happen anywhere with the right setup. Some scientists working on a space mission to a moon called Europa have said something spooky. If there is really a big ocean under the ice there and still no life, then maybe life starting up is rarer than we hoped. The only clue we have is Earth. Here, life showed up pretty fast. Once the planet cooled off, life got going. But to go from tiny blobs to thinking people, that took almost 4 billion years. That is about 1/3 of how old the whole universe is. If that is normal, then maybe smart life is not common. It takes time, and many stars do not last that long. Some burn out fast. You need a star that sticks around. You also need a good planet around it.